And this is what happens when you've been really busy for a couple of days and don't get the asparagus picked. It gets really big really fast, kind of like okra. And these are starting to flower out and are definitely beyond palatable, but I can probably harvest that guy today. Good morning, YouTube. I am headed out to do the chores this morning, and I've got a little bit of time. I'm going to work on trying to get Dolly's stall ready for her to calve. Now, I don't really expect her to calve within the next few days, just based on how she's looking, but I have the time to get her stall prepped today, so that's what I'm going to do. It's been an incredibly busy season for us here on the farm. It's planting season for my husband. He's a row crop farmer, and so that's been very busy. He also does hay, and our alfalfa has been ready to mow and rake and bale, and so it has just been chaos around here. And then of course I'm a gardener. I run a CSA program, and so I've been getting my garden ready for the season. And I also run a small self-serve farm store on our property, and we open in less than a week for the season. So we're very busy, so I'm taking advantage of a little bit of extra time here this morning to get Dolly's stall prepped, and I thought I would bring you along for that. So before we start working on her stall, let's go out and just get a good look at Dolly. I don't have a lot to do with her in the mornings right now because she's not in milk, and she's out on pasture, and we have the hay out to supplement, since this pasture is really not one of our best pastures and there's not really enough grass to completely satisfy her and the 3 bulls that are in here. So we have the hay out for her. She has access to water. She doesn't need me for a whole lot right now, and I don't have to check on her a whole lot either. But I do like to keep a good eye on her, check her every day, and just kind of see how we are progressing so that I kind of know, are we gonna calve in the next couple days? Is it gonna be a couple weeks yet? I just like to keep a really close eye on her. So let's head on out and get a good look at her. There she is. Good morning, Dolly. And she's standing, which is good because that'll allow me to get a really good look at her. Her udder is changing just a little bit. She's getting just a little bit more full. Now I would not, she's still not super close. Hi, sweetheart. I gotta get you cleaned up too. I haven't been able to give her a bath yet. Now I'm not gonna give her like a full-on whole body bath, but I would like to clean her legs up a little bit. And she's actually done a fairly decent job of not getting super dirty out here in this pasture, so that's good. She's all for the attention. She's a sweet girl. So I don't think this week, I think we have at least a week, probably closer to 2 weeks, which is good because I don't really have the time right now. I got to get everything set up for the store, and once it's open and running, then that'll free up a little bit more of my time too. And the garden is almost all the way in, so that will free up a lot of time. So I got to buckle down this week, make sure I can get everything I can done so I can be fully ready for Miss Dolly when she has her baby. One thing I am noticing, as opposed to about the last week, is all through her hips is changing a little bit. She's sinking in just a little bit, which means the position of baby is changing a little bit. She's irritated with the flies. I need to probably get her some fly spray. And I don't want to use like conventional fly sprays, but I can at least do something to give her a little more comfort. She's looking good though. Hi, sweetheart. All right, I'm gonna go get your stall ready for you. So I think I have said this in a previous video, But let me get out where I can get a good view. That door right there is where she will go into her stall in the barn. And if I turn around, right there is where her milking stanchion's gonna be. And what we're going to end up doing to separate her and the bulls is we're gonna fence this pasture off from the corner of that barn. We're just gonna go straight down to our perimeter fence. And that will give her her own spot for her and her baby and keep the bulls away from her, because once she starts cycling, I don't want those bulls in here with her. Now those bulls are gonna end up going back out with our herd soon anyways, when those girls need to be bred. So they won't be in here permanently, but this is their permanent spot when they are not in with the herd. Now we do spring calving and we do fall calving. Miss Opal missed her breakfast again today, and she's coming to say hi. Good morning, Miss Opal. So we've got a lot of work yet to do, and I guess I'd better get off of here and prop the phone up so you can see what I'm doing in the barn. But I just wanted to point out, it's going to be really easy for her to go from her stall out to the stanchion after she's had her baby so that she can be milked. And then her and her baby will have that for shelter if they need it. And I think the setup will work out pretty well, but we'll see. Good morning, Mama. You missed breakfast again. You've been sleeping in. It's almost like you're pregnant and tired. I do understand. I do. Okay, so this is her stall. This is that door that I just talked about. I can close that gate there, and if I stand where that gate would be, it'll show you what she'd have access to. While she's calving, I'll probably put just a little bit of water in here and feed for her in this little area, just in this spot. That way, I can keep a better eye on her. I can keep the area a little bit more clean. And if we were to have to assist her, which I don't foresee happening, but if we were, our head gate and chute is right here, and we can pull the calf if we have to. Now, we really do not prefer to intervene in any birth here on the farm if we don't have to. But that being said, we're not going to let nature take its course. If we can save a calf and a mama, we're going to do it. So I'd like to at least have this set up. I've never seen Dolly calf before. Her previous owner told me that there were no issues and that, you know, this is her second calf, so she's not a first calf heifer. So I don't have that worry, but I don't know what her calving process looks like for her. And so I'd like to at least set it up to where if I need to help her, I have everything in place to be able to do so efficiently. There's my dog, never too far away from me. Okay, now that I've got Dolly's stall ready for her, I'm going to head inside. That way I can have breakfast with my husband. My son will be being dropped off. He spent last night at his dad's, so he'll have breakfast with us. And then my husband will get ready to go to work. And so I got to be in with the kiddos. So I'm going to head inside for a little bit, and later on we're going to do some garden work. So I'll bring you along for that. Oh, and I forgot to update you. In my last video, I talked about how I had a little mishap in the garden and fell and hurt myself pretty bad. I'm bruised up a little bit and my ankle is still swollen, but I'm feeling a lot better. This is some hyssop and coneflower, false indigo, and more hyssop. These were all gifted to me last year from my mom's best friend, and they're coming up really well, and they're on the outer edge of my garden, and of course we mow out here, so I just wanted to mulch them so the grass didn't grow right up next to them, make them look a little neater, and also make it easier for my husband when he's mowing to know where they're at. So I did have these markers, these sticks, but this helps him to be able to see how far over he can mow without hurting them. and it looks nicer.
These are pretty. Been a long time since they've been this pretty.
So it is about 6:30 in the evening, and I'm heading out to the garden. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I've been able to accomplish today, and then I'm going to water some of the stuff that's already in the shade. And hopefully by the time I get done with that, yes, I have Maggie with me. Hopefully by the time I get done with that, Kyle will be home and he can sit with Maggie for a little bit, and I can crawl around and get all of my peppers planted. I have like, probably 75, 80 peppers I need to plant. Ow, sweetheart. See, this is why it's hard to get things done. But hopefully he will be able to sit with her. She's like, what? Who are you talking to? Hopefully he'll be able to sit with her, and I can get some more done because I really need to get these peppers planted. We are going to be busy tomorrow evening and Saturday evening, and rain is supposed to come in on Sunday. So I got to get this stuff done. So this is one thing I worked on. I think I've already showed you this, but I got a few of my perennial plants mulched around so that my husband does not mow over them or weed eat them when he is doing the yard work. So that got done. And then let me step out of the way here. Okay. It doesn't look great because I left all the weeds that I pulled in the aisles, and I'll pick them up tomorrow. But this is my last tomato row. I got this row, and this row, which were the final 3 rows that I had to weed. Got them weeded, and I've already dug all the holes. So that's 75 holes. And I'm going to get my peppers planted in them here this evening. Or at least that's the plan. But right now I'm going to go get the hose. And me and Maggie are going to get to watering. We'll probably fill the duck pond up again as well so that they can do some swimming. And we'll get to watering, and hopefully Dad will get home soon. The ducks make this pool so nasty. So I'm over here watering my front garden bed. And I gotta stand in a certain way so that the sun doesn't just completely blind Miss Maggie. But we will be in the shade here very quickly. And of course, Murphy is never far behind me. I'm almost done with my first row of peppers. As you can see, I'm about to lose the sun. My daughter was a little fussy this evening after we got done doing some of the watering on the west side of the garden. And so I took her inside, gave her her bottle, and I had to wait until Kyle got home for me to be able to come back out here. And he did not get home until a little after 8. And I think it's going on about 9 o'clock now. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I'm going to try and get another 2 rows of these peppers planted before I lose the sun, and get them watered in and the tomatoes watered in. We'll see how far we get. If I don't finish planting, I have to at least water them in, and I can plant the other 2 rows in the morning before Kyle leaves for work, and get them watered in really well so that they don't stress too bad for the rest of the day. Because I don't have tomorrow evening or Saturday evening, and Sunday starts several days of rain. So I've got to get this done. So I'm going to wrap the video up. Thank you so much for watching. And once I have all of the critical stuff in the garden done, I swear I'll do a better job at filming. Or I'll at least try. I shouldn't swear because I don't know, but I'll try. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.